Hey there, welcome to the Gottlieb Guy Pinball channel. Today's video is the last installment of our Bally 8-ball restoration. And she is now 100% complete, 100% working. Got it booted up for the first time yesterday. No issues with any of the new All-Tech boards. All the displays are working right, which I was a little worried about, because putting those together, being they were in a kit, that was my first time kind of really doing any real through hole soldering components as far as installing chips and stuff where the soldering legs are so close together, but everything's working. This hardtop turned out really gorgeous. Props to the guys over there at Outside Edge Products that thought of this idea. All of the Yopsicle LEDs are working. I did have to reseat the connectors on the new lamp driver a few times. I guess some of the pins inside the connectors had a little corrosion. I had a few of them not working to start with, but pulled the connector off and reseated them a few times, and now all the controlled lamps are working. Coin door cleaned up and polished up nice. Got new legs on it. Polished up the lockdown bar. Got this cool old 8-ball shooter knob found at Marco. That's still the original plate right there. Just polished it up behind it. New side rails from Marco too. Actually, with those, I don't think I mentioned in the last video, I actually had to cut off some toothpicks in them and stick them in the original holes with some wood glue and let them set up. The holes on these new rails didn't quite line up. They were about a whole width off. So I plugged the old holes up and then drilled new holes. That way they just went on nice and evenly. Paint job turned out pretty good. There's a few little blemishes here and there. The back glass is the original back glass, which was probably the one part from the original machine when I got it from him that was still in almost flawless shape. No flaking. Couple little nicks and scratches in a couple spots, but otherwise looks real good. The little piece of lift trim at the bottom, that's new from Marco. The other one was just all rusty and nasty looking. I'm gonna keep it for a few more days, make sure no other issues come up, and then I guess I'll deliver it to the guy. The only issues we had upon first powering the game up was I did put all new capacitors up under some of the playfield switches, the pop bumper switches, any of the switches that get hit quick by the ball. I put new capacitors in, but for some reason on the bottom pop bumper switch with the capacitor installed, and at first I thought the capacitor I put on it had shorted, but the switch, which was number 38 in the switch test with the capacitor where it was supposed to be, was reading constantly closed. And so I went to start a game, and immediately the pop bumper was firing. It was scoring crazy, so I turned it back off, got it in the switch test, and saw switch 38 was closed, clipped the end of the capacitor off, and that fixed that issue. But the pop bumper still works fine, so I just left the capacitor off of it. And the only other electrical issue we had was the diode on this rollover switch was bad, causing it not to read at all in the switch test. Put a new diode on it. That's good. Got a couple GI sockets being a little picky. I'm probably going to have to clean them up a little better. Every now and then one of them will flicker a little bit. But other than that, she seems to be working 100%. I'm gonna make a gameplay video maybe tonight to put on the channel before I give it back to the guy. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be a while before I restore another machine. This was kind of just a little side gig to make a little extra money, but I actually have eight more pinball machines in storage that all need a restoration. So some point down the road, when I get moved and get a better game room put together and a better little workshop put together, I'm gonna start working on those. But I think that's going to wrap up today's video. If you've been watching the progress of the series, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the restoration, leave a comment. I'll be glad to answer it the best I can. So until next time, see you guys.